Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Hazeeq, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Atom. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one so that you have more context. It's going to be linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. And also I have two donation links down below in the description. If you want to support Ukraine, you can do so by going over to the official websites linked below. And thank you all for the support. Thank you all for staying on the channel through the bear market. And let's get straight into the TA. So obviously Cosmos, very bullish on this project. As you can see, beautiful uptrend here, beautiful channel up pattern. As always, you break down from a channel up pattern sooner rather than later, or sooner or later, whatever you want to say. And we landed on this support that I gave you a while ago, and that was $11.25. If I zoom in a little bit more, you can see that from that support, we had a very nice 13% move to the upside. That was a nice swing trade opportunity for anyone looking to take profits, and we had a move down to the exact same level, and that was another 12.2% pullback. So this was a very nice swing trade opportunity. Right now, what we have is a potential double bottom pattern because you have two identical bottoms and we haven't lost the first one, right? So you have the first bottom, you have the second bottom, you have the neckline here. If you start breaking through the neckline, you're going to have a target to the upside. So what's that target? You take a trend line from the neckline all the way down to the lows here, and you, oops, not supposed to happen like that. You take the trend line, place it on the neckline, and you get your technical target at $13.80. But that's only after you start breaking the neckline, and currently that is at $12.50. But there's a good chance that we might lose $11.25, and we may retest a lower support level. So in this case, we'd have the next swing low, which is currently at $10.57 over here. And that's actually where we wicked from this low in October, on October 13th. That's when the inflation data came out, and obviously, no surprise, we had a pullback. But this was a very quick wick to the downside, quick recovery. That's why I tell you guys, if you have your limit order set up in advance, you would have bought all of this, and you potentially had an opportunity to have a very nice trade. Let me get that for you. So that was a very nice 20.4% trade. So like I said, look for the previous swing lows. I mentioned that in the previous couple of videos. Look for the swing lows, and those are going to be your important support levels down the line. So $10.58. Below that, you have the first Fibonacci level, which is the swing low of this smaller Fibonacci. So you have the swing low at $10, and then you have the swing high here at $17. So you got rejected from the golden ratio here, which is quite negative. You print a high, you come back down, you retrace, run into the golden ratio, and that's a signal, in my opinion, and based on the charts, that's a signal telling you that you don't have enough strength to break through the golden ratio. So your most likely outcome is a retracement all the way down to $10. So still, at these prices, I'm not getting into Cosmos because I have enough tokens for now. But if we land on $10 and we go lower than that, I'm going to start dollar cost averaging once again. And you also have another support level here from $8 and going all the way down to $7.45. That's going to be a very nice buy zone for all of you because we retested that zone twice in June, or once in June and once in July. And as you can see, we were in this beautiful uptrend, but most altcoins went from June into August, and they already came back down to where they started retracing from. Cosmos Atom hasn't done that, and I don't know if it will, to be honest with you, but if Bitcoin was to go back down to $14,000, there is a high chance that we might retest $6 for Cosmos, right? Even $5.80. So if you have your limit order set up in advance, you shouldn't be worried because even if you're asleep, even if you're at work, those will fill out for you. And if I zoom out, obviously, I'm going to show the Fibonacci retracement that I have on, the larger one. I've shown this many times, but there are new viewers, so I just want to make sure that they're in on the technical charts here. So you have the swing low from March of 2020, basically when you printed the COVID dump, and you have your swing high here in May. From there, you had a nice double top pattern. You dropped all the way down from there to the 0.5 at $5.84, and we're holding that level for now. We bounced from there. The last time we had a pullback in summer, that was 2021. We held the 0.618, the golden ratio. Right now, we held the 0.5. If we lose the 0.5, you have the 0.382 at $3.91. I don't think that's going to happen unless Bitcoin absolutely gets destroyed, which right now Bitcoin is showing that it's not going to get destroyed because the S&P 500 is constantly printing lower lows while Bitcoin is holding $19,000. And yes, it is repetitive. Yes, Bitcoin is going sideways. Yes, this is a crab market, but this is when things are boring, and that means this is when things are valuable, because once you buy these coins at low prices and when the appreciation starts to come in, people are going to start piling in. That will drive the price even higher. So buying when there is no FOMO, buying when there is no hype, that is when you make the most amount of money possible. Now, moving into the daily RSI, we finally retested this pink trend line that I gave you, and that was sorry about that. And that was on October 13th. We had this nice pump to the upside afterwards, and right now the next support below is going to be the, we actually can remove the white trend line. The next support that I'm targeting below the pink trend line is the green trend line, because you've retested that once in May, once in June, and potentially if you have a capitulation in November or in December, you're going to see a retest of the green trend line. So keep your eyes on that. That is a very important entry point for Cosmos. If you see the RSI chilling sometime in December over here, just know that this is a great opportunity to dollar cost average into the project. Not a financial advice as always, but yeah, that's just what I think, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Now let's switch over to Cosmos Atom on the Binance website. Okay, so what we have here is we have a Fibonacci retracement with the swing high that we printed in January and the swing low in June. We ran into the golden ratio, which is between $20 and $15 or $16, I should say. You ran into that, so that's a dead cat bounce, and now you're pulling back down, and I would say the 0.236 is your best entry at $9.10. That's a buy zone that I'm going to be eyeballing. So anywhere between $10 and $8 really, that's a great buy for Cosmos Atom. Right now, though, I'm not dollar cost averaging, a bit too expensive. You're better off buying Polkadot, in my opinion, because that has gone down very, very hard. And you want to be buying that altcoin if you're looking for a strong long-term project. But if I take a trend line here for you and show you a major resistance zone that I'm targeting, then this is going to be an important one for us to break. So as you can see, you have multiple touches. So you have one touch in January, you have another touch in April, you have another touch in September. So once you break this diagonal resistance trend line, that is going to be a very, very important signal, because you're going to be breaking through a multi-month resistance. And after that happens, you typically see a very strong move to the upside. What you can also do if you like patterns and you like things, perfectly set up on the chart, you can also add in this trend line, and this is going to create a falling wedge pattern because you have two touches, which makes this lower trend line a valid level. So you have a touch over here in June of 2021. You have another touch here in June of 2022. And right now you're running for the third touch in September. You're pulling back down. So technically speaking, you could come back all the way down here to the support of the trend line. You can retest $5.50 for Cosmos Atom, and you're still going to be bullish. Now, obviously, if you start losing this low, that's when things start turning sour for all of us. But even if it does that, for me, the longer we stay in this crab market, the more time I have to accumulate as much or as many altcoins as possible. And that's my goal before the next bull market. So I really do hope that we stay in this crab market for another 6 months. I really do hope, but I just don't know if that's possible. If that's possible, then great, but I am ready for both outcomes, because if we start pumping, then great. I have a lot of bags of a lot of different altcoins, and I'm ready to take some profits down the line. But if we're just going to be in this market, then I'm just going to be dollar cost averaging the crap out of these altcoins with a very, very high potential for success. And Cosmos is one of those altcoins. So anywhere from $10 to $8, that's my buy zone. If I move into the weekly RSI, you can see that we have a potential retest of this red trend line, and I've given you this trend line in the last update. So that's going to be at 48.8 on the index. We've retested that twice before, so once in June last year and once in June of 2020. Can we see another retest here during autumn? I don't know. If that happens, that's going to be a great entry, but I do think if we move back down to $8, $7 potentially, you might retest this level here. So this is going to be the previous resistance that we had in August. We broke through that, and this is going to be your nice support level. So anywhere from 48 or 41 on the index all the way down to 38.6. That's a great buy zone on the weekly RSI. Obviously, we lost the symmetrical triangle, and we're probably not going to come back into that unless Bitcoin reverses in the next couple of months, which is possible. It is always possible, but yeah, that's just what I think. Look out for the upper resistance trend line of the falling wedge, or the symmetrical triangle, because you may run into that once again. Even if you see a nice move to the upside, that's where you can end up, and you can come back down from there. So yeah, have all of this on your charts. It's very important, and thank you all for watching. If I missed out anything important, please let me know down below in the comments section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. Feel free to join me on my Patreon. It's linked down below in the description. I post my trade alerts, take a look at my portfolio, share my low cap gems with you. I take a look at your trading analysis requests or TA requests, market sentiment updates, and project reviews. All of that good stuff is going to be on my Patreon. I try to upload daily there, so feel free to check that out. It's a great way to support the channel and get lots of more exclusive content. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.